So the directors of Inside, Le Vide, Among the Living, and so many more crazy French films are back to show you their newest film, and it's premiering at the Fantasia Film Festival. Let's get into it. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing another Fantasia Film Festival film that's called The Soul Eater, from Alexandre Bustillo and Julien Maury, the French directors that we've kind of grown to love. Now, this is going to be a different movie than their Inside movie, and it definitely leans on a more of a crime thriller with a tinge of like supernatural and horror in there. So it has this kind of weird mix of vibe about it. It's essentially about this small mountain town that had a road that went directly to it that made it a bustling city, and just recently they just moved that road to another place and started drying up the town. And that's when children started going missing and people started dying in very bizarre ways that stir up an old legend that the folktale of the city has had since they were children, and that is of the Soul Eater. Is it real? Will these two cops find out where the missing kids are and who's doing all the killings? Or is there a creature out there killing? Now, I like this movie. I am a little late to the game as I'm playing catch up with some of these movies. I got the screener on this one a little late, as I did with a few others, and I'm gonna get to them. So I just have so much time in a day, and I don't like to put out too many videos in one day. So at most I like to put out is 2, and I'll be putting up them sporadically out throughout the week. But this one is a good film. I really enjoyed the acting, the camera work, the sort of vibe about it. It does feel like a Silence of the Lambs kind of movie. There's 2 characters that you meet in the movie that are kind of doing the mystery and solving the crimes. There's a sergeant who's out looking for these missing kids, and there's a commander who is out trying to solve these crimes. And the commander is sort of like a federal agent, what they would call a federal agent here in the US, but this is in France, of course, so they're teaming up together to try to solve this crime when more and more people start dying suddenly and more children go missing. So it becomes really apparent that there is something darker going on in this town, and people are starting to panic. And I like how they kind of treated this one, because it rides that line of reality and horror, and I think that's a nice combination. But it does take a long time to get to the good stuff by the end of the movie, and believe me, when you get to the end, the story and why it all happens, there's multiple twists. It's really messed up as to what is actually happening in this fucked up story. It is brutal, it is graphic. A lot of the graphic stuff is after the fact, so you don't necessarily see it happen right away, although there is a couple of moments later and they start to become more frequent as the movie progresses. But yeah, for the most part, it is going to be bloody, dark, and messed up. A lot of it's going to be intended, and the story that they intend to tell you is going to turn you off in so many ways. It's dark. You know, anytime you involve kids, first of all, there's something messed up going on, you know? But I think they did a good job here. I think it's a solid film. I don't think that everybody's going to love it because of how long it takes to get to the good stuff, and is it going to be worth the wait? I think it's a solid film, but I'm somewhere at about a 7.5 or an 8, so I'm kind of in between, because I like what they did here, but it's a very different take than a lot of their other films, even though it's dark and messed up and the story's extreme a little bit. That said, I think you should check it out when you get a chance. Apparently, it seems to be picked up by Prime Video, and they sometimes put movies in the theaters and then put them on their service, but I would assume that at some point in time, you'll see it on Prime Video somewhere. If you have an Amazon account and you are looking forward to checking out these 2 directors' new movie, well, it'll be there eventually. This movie came out in like January this year in like France and opened up all over the world. This is the first time it's premiered, I think, in North America. So we're seeing it for the first time, but it takes time to get distribution in different regions and things. So, but yeah, I would love to hear what you think. Are you a fan of these guys? What's your favorite film by these guys? Do you like Inside? I mean, are you looking for more of an Inside than a crime mystery story? Or is the crime mystery your favorite subject? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I got more Fantasia Film Festival movies to talk about, directors that I've talked with, including Chuck Russell from The Blob, who put out a new movie called Witchboard. So stay tuned, guys. But thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. And as always, long live the void.